Hello, guys. Happy Friday. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? I'm Amy with Lulu Bean Designs, and I have a fun project for y'all today. We are going to be painting the first of hopefully lots of shaker signs that I've decided to start designing. I do a lot of shaker sets. I don't know if you guys normally follow me and you know what a shaker set is, but basically it's where you have some like pieces of like sequins or confetti or something inside your little framed project, and it just makes it sort of just like a fun little shaker thing. You can use it for a tiered tray or just like setting around for home decor. And I have lots of those on the files for those on my Etsy site, but I came up with an idea the other day that I was going to start making a little bit bigger like home decor signs that have a shaker feature. So this is the first one that I made. I'm a little bit late to the July 4th like patriotic theme because of course it's July 4th weekend, but I thought I would throw this one out there just in case y'all were looking for anything fun to do for the 4th of July. Hello, Cheryl and Charmaine and Jenny. How are y'all doing today? If you are joining me, please say hello and comment and let me know where you're watching from. And also, if you did not get a text notification today that I was going live, the banner at the bottom of your screen, there is a number you can text me, hey, at that number, and that will add you to the notification list. So you'll get notified every time I go live, so you'll never miss another live. And you can always watch in the replay as well. Also, guys, thank you so much for sprinkling the video today. As you know, I give away a file every month to a winner. If you sprinkle the video and comment sprinkled, then you are entered to win the file. And I would notify you via Facebook Messenger if you are the winner. So always make sure and check your Facebook Messenger. Okay, so we are going to get started. And the first thing that I'm going to paint, I actually got organized today, y'all. I have my sequins organized by color over here, so I'm not going to have sequins everywhere, hopefully. And I found my little pickup tool, so if y'all watch me make shakers, you know that sometimes it can be a hot mess with stuff everywhere. So hopefully today we are going to stay a little bit organized. I just noticed this shirt makes it look like I'm wearing a bib. It's like the light's reflecting off of it. It says Boss Babe, but it's like very reflecty. So sorry about that. I have like the overhead light on and the ring light because it's just gloomy outside today. So there's not a lot of natural light coming in here. Hey, Kaylee and Melissa, how are y'all doing today? Okay, so this little sign, it is sized to fit in the Glowforge. So if you don't have a pass-through door, if you don't want to have to fiddle with your pass-through door, you can make this the size that I have it in the file. If you want to make a big one, you can, of course, enlarge it. You would need to enlarge all the pieces at the same time. Everybody always asks me that. Well, not everybody, but there are a lot of people that ask me, like, how do I resize? You need to open all the files and grab them all at the same time and then resize everything at the same time. Because if you don't do it that way, then you're going to have things that don't line up. So that being said, let's get started. Now this sign does come with an easel. This is the same easel from if you made the pink lemonade sign with me. It's the same easel. It's sized the same. So I've already stained that one. I didn't feel like making it all over again. I just stained it with, I think this is English, Old English something stain. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It might even be my cheater method that I'm getting ready to do. But anyway, the pieces slide together like that, and they just sit up. So, you know, it holds your little sign. So it can be like a tabletop sign. So it comes with the easel as part of the file if you want to make that. All right, so I'm going to do my cheater method. I'm going to grab a baby wipe and some brown paint, and we're going to just slap some paint on this frame because I don't feel like staining it. This is Milk Chocolate by Deco Art Americana. So just grab a little bit of that. I just want kind of a light stain. I don't want a real dark frame, so I'm going to wipe most of this off. And if I wanted a darker stain looking color, then I would go with the Deco Art Espresso. But I wanted more of like just a natural light color for this one. This is just a quick and dirty way of putting some color onto your frame that doesn't take forever and doesn't have to dry and smell and all of that. Thank y'all for sprinkling. How's everybody doing today? Are y'all planning some fun July 4th activities? We have a little river get together every year, and we do a parade. So we're going to do that this year. So that should be fun. All right, so there's our frame. We can just set that aside. Okay, so let me show y'all this. This is the back of the sign. Now, it gives you obviously an idea of what the sign is going to look like, but let me explain a couple things. So this file has, it's multiple files that are zipped up in a zip file, okay? Because when you do a shaker, you have different elements. You have some pieces that are going to need to be cut out of 1/4-inch wood and other pieces that need to be cut from 1/8-inch wood. And then you're also going to need to cut either acrylic or acetate. Okay, and I'll get to that. So don't panic if you don't know what acetate is. So just hang with me. This is the back of the sign, obviously. And there are two options in the file for this. One option is where you just have the back of the sign that has these shiplap lines that you set to engrave, okay? The other option is, and I think in the file it says scored option. The other option is this one, where I have scored all of the lettering and the ice cream cones and the lettering and the ice cream cones. I have scored all of that on here for y'all. And what that does is it just makes it easier to know how to line everything up. And if you're an experienced laserer and I'm like boring you to death because you already know all this, I'm sorry. But a lot of people ask me, questions, and I just want to make sure everybody understands. Now, here's the deal. I prefer, and don't even, if you see like where it's like sort of messed up right here, that's because I accidentally bumped my wood when it was in my laser. So that's my fault. It's not in the file like that. So normally when I set score lines in a file, I do an offset. Okay, if you don't know what an offset is where you make something like letters or images slightly bigger or slightly smaller, like an outline or like an inset. And the purpose of that is to, it's a couple different things. So you would do that if you were just wanting to thicken up lines for something, like if it wasn't thick enough and it was like burning up in your laser, you would want to make it a little bit thicker. Just to be able to line stuff up, you would do an inset, which means that you would make all of these just slightly smaller than the letters that you're going to layer on top of here. Okay, so we're going to layer our stuff on top of here. I'll show you what I mean. Like, for example, here's, we're going to have pieces that lay on top of this. Okay, so normally I inset this so that you don't have any chance of seeing the outline of it outside of your 3D piece. Okay, I do know that that is the ideal way to do offset lines. However, this one does not have that because the fonts that I used for the sign do not allow me to do offsets. Now, I don't know, there are different design programs out there. Maybe some of them are not limited as far as the fonts go, and they'll let you offset any font, but my design program does not allow certain fonts to be like offset feature. So that's the program I design in. I use Lightburn. I do use a couple other things, but none of them would let me offset these fonts. So they are not slightly smaller. So when you lay these pieces on here, they are just going to line up. Okay, they're not going to be slightly inside. They're going to be exactly under there. So you're going to need to line them up perfectly to not be able to see that line around them. And if that bothers you, if you're worried you're going to see it, then just cut the one that doesn't have everything scored on it. That's why I put that option in there, okay? But I'm not worried about it because once you paint this, you're just going to barely be able to see these score lines anyway, because that's the whole point of it, is to just barely see them to be able to line your stuff up. Okay, so I hope I didn't totally confuse y'all. Hopefully not. But that's basically why I would normally offset things. Okay, so I am going to put some white chalk paint on here, and let's see, what paintbrush am I going to use for that? Probably this one. Let me get a paper towel. All right, so just going to lay some white paint on here, Like I said, you will be able to see just slightly through here. I'm not going to put a thick coat of paint on because this is kind of a, my usual like rustic, farmhousey kind of thing that I like to do. I like things to look kind of vintage, a little bit aged, that kind of thing. I'm going to need a lot more white paint, I can tell. Thank y'all for sprinkling. I appreciate it. So you just want to barely be able to see through here. You're going to probably see some of the lines more than others. I didn't do a real dark score on mine. I'm trying to use up these little containers of white chalk paint that I found. I forgot I had, that I bought when you couldn't get white chalk paint. At least you couldn't get white chalk paint certain parts of the year last year around me. So because you're doing, if you paint this white like me, because you're doing this white chalk paint on the back, like I said, you're probably not going to have any issues with seeing these lines through here if they don't exactly line up. So I think you will be fine. I probably should have grabbed a sponge and done this with a sponge. Sometimes that's an easier way to get paint on a background quickly. So if you have any requests for these types of signs that are that have the shaker feature, let me know. I'm definitely planning on doing some Halloween ones. I also would love to do a lemon one for the summer, and maybe we could also do another ice cream one that wasn't patriotic. That was more like just summer colors like pink and yellow and green and that kind of thing. We could do a beach one. We could do like a beach ball where the beach ball was the shaker, or a beach umbrella where the different colors of the umbrella were shaker colors. Those would be pretty. We could do the Adirondack chairs, those beach chairs. We could do those and make each one of those a different color with the sequins. That would be cute. There's lots of summer options that we could do. Cheryl, I don't have a sale going on right now, but you can get the discount if you're in my Glowforge File Sharers group. There's a discount that you get all the time if you're a member of that group. It's a free group, Glowforge File Sharers. So you can request to join, and the code is in a pinned post at the top of the feed, and it's also in the cover photo for the group. So if you go up to the top and you look at the, the wide cover photo in the group, the code is in that photo. So you can always have it. The code is always the same in that group. And that's a 20% off coupon code. It's good on any files in my shop, and it's good all the time. And this file is the regular price is only $6. So if you do the 20% off, then you can save some money on that. I do have I do have sales from time to time, though, where I'll do like all the shakers are on sale or all the door hangers are on sale, that kind of thing. So I do have those from time to time. Oh, yeah, Kelly, that would be cute. Baby animals for a nursery. All right, I'm just grabbing a baby wipe here, trying not to get like completely messy. All right, so that's our background. We just did like a light white chalk paint. And we'll go ahead and paint some of our other pieces here. I'll put that up here. And then, so I cut, This is the inside, the way this cut. When you cut the frame out, I use the inside for all of the attachments. So they're all in here. So I'm just going to peel this off. And this just makes it easy to get it out of your honeycomb bed. Did I do it upside down? I can't remember. No, this is right. It doesn't matter, I guess. If it's upside down, I can paint it either way. But yeah, so I just put painter's tape down and then pull the whole thing out of my honeycomb tray at one time. If you purchased this file yesterday, I did not have the offset option where you can see all this, you know, all the stuff on the background in the file. Yesterday when I first posted it, I added that this morning. So if you want that option and don't have it, then please just message me and I'll be glad to send it to you. All right, so we are going to do, I think I'm going to paint these while they're still in here because I just feel like that is a little bit easier to paint. So let's grab a little sponge dauber. I'm looking over here at I have like the printout just to see like what colors I think I want to use. I could use Posca pens, but I think it's going to be a little bit quicker to just use paint. This is Deco Art True Red. And I'm going to just lightly sponge this on. If you do too much, then it's going to get all down in the sides. And I'm not painting the sides of my pieces, so I don't want everything down in there to get paint on it. So I'm just kind of doing a light dab. These are little sponge, I call them sponge daubers, little sponge sticks. If you go to my supply list on my website, lulubeandesigns.com, and click on supply list, I've got all the glue and sponge sticks, sequins. I've got like all the supplies that I use for my projects listed over there and the links for them. All right, so that's going to be that color. We're going to do the bottom ice cream scoops. I'm going to do in red. And those are the ones that are cut off on the top here. So we're going to do these in red. I am probably going to go back and color the insides of those ice cream cones because I think when I put it together, it might look better if those are painted. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to do that or not. Sometimes I just kind of, you know, decide as I go how I'm going to do it. All right, so those, and then we're going to do the Since 1977 in red as well. My air conditioner is very loud out there. If y'all hear that, sorry. As hot as it's been, it's pretty much running constantly. It's right outside my craft room window. All right. I think that's good for our red. Make sure I got all my little spots and didn't miss anything. I keep seeing like little areas. You can do 2 coats if you want to. I generally try to avoid doing 2 coats live just because it takes so much more time. Y'all are trying to watch. Okay, so let me see if I can draw this little sponge stick off so I can use it for the blue. So let's see, what else could we do for summer shakers? We could do mermaid, seashell, could do like a pool sign or a lake lake sign or beach sign. And then I'm pretty much ready for fall projects. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like when you're a crafter, you work kind of one season ahead. So my brain is already thinking fall projects. Are you guys ready for fall projects yet? I love summer, but fall is definitely my favorite time of year. I like it when it gets a little bit cooler out and you can wear a cozy sweater or scarf. That is my season. All right, this blue, I love this blue. It's so pretty. This doesn't want to shut. This is Ocean Blue by Deco Art. We're going to do our other cones this blue color. This is probably one of my favorite blues from Deco Art. It also would be pretty if you use like a royal blue color. That would be really pretty. But I'm thinking like a pumpkin patch sign would be super cute. Hay rides, pumpkin patch, caramel apples for fall, like an apple picking sign. That would be cute. Whenever I like start making something new like this, my brain just does not shut off. I lay awake in bed at night thinking of like all the fun little designs that I could do with it. I think I might have put too much paint on this. It's probably going to get down in there. We'll see. We can clean it up if we need to. It's just a lot of little pieces to have to clean up, so I'd like to not have to do too much cleanup. I think this piece of wood is just slightly warped and it's making it hard to hold it down flat. I tell you, the wood prices are finally starting to come down, but it has cost a fortune to buy wood recently, and y'all, I'm sure y'all know about that. But not only that, I feel like I'm paying all this money for wood and the quality is not as good as it was either. I've got a lot of warped pieces. I've got a lot of those, I call them knot holes. They're not really knot holes. They're like plugs in the wood. I'm talking about my 1/4-inch wood mostly. But it's like these, I don't know, what shape is that? Not kind of an oval shape plug. I don't know what they do to it when they press this wood, but those are so annoying. And of course you can't do cutouts where those pieces are. So you end up wasting wood, which is really frustrating. Okay, so now we have the bottom of the ice cream cones. We're gonna do, hold on, I don't want this little sponge stick to fall down in my paint jar, in my water jar. I might need it again. Ooh, I'm dripping water. They hold a lot of water. Yes, they're football shaped, Karen. You are correct. That's better than description than oval. But yeah, that is so annoying, right? Those football shaped plugs. All right, so let me see. I want this to be a little bit of a darker, I think I'm going to use this brown color for the back of the cone. So the milk chocolate. Because we have another layer to go on top of the cone that's going to be a little bit lighter. This is definitely a three-dimensional kind of project, which I love. I love things that really pop and have a lot of dimension to them, which is why I love shakers and I love bright colors. Okay, I think that is good for all of those pieces. So I will go ahead and pop those out. There we go. We can set this whole thing aside here. All right, what else do we need to paint? We've painted all that. So we basically need to start putting together, oh, we need to paint these. Let's do that. You know what I did again, y'all? I swear, this is why I should just do these projects ahead of time instead of doing them live, because I did it again. I painted the 1/4-inch pieces and I didn't even need to do that. I only needed to paint the 1/8-inch pieces. Well, I needed to paint the cones, but these pieces here, they didn't need paint. It's fine that they're painted, but they didn't need paint. I just get so carried away painting that I just want to paint everything. All right, you don't need to paint these because these are going to be covered up by the thinner pieces, and I'll show you what I mean just here in a minute. But it's fine. It didn't use up a lot of paint. All right, these are the pieces that go on the top of the ice cream cones. These 3 little pieces here, and they are going to be painted. Let's see. I need to find a color that is like darker than this buttermilk, but not as dark as this milk chocolate. Oh, there's a fly, and he's like not wanting to move very quick either. I guess he's not a very healthy fly. He just kind of sat there. All right, we are going to maybe do a little color mixing here. Let's see. This is buttermilk, I think, light buttermilk. And these are some new paint brushes. I don't need very much paint at all. I think that'll do. I'm just mixing the buttermilk and the milk chocolate and making sort of a, I think it's a cone color. Yep, that'll do. Definitely more of the light buttermilk than the milk chocolate. We're going on like the lighter side. I'm getting paint down in there though. I'm getting too much paint on there. All right, fly, go on. Of all the places it could be in my house, it's here on my video, of course. I don't know why he's in here. I have no food in this room. All right, from now on, I'm going to remember with my shakers to not paint the thick pieces, only the thin pieces. There we go. Those are good. I got some paint on the sides though, but that's okay. All right. And now we're going to do what we should have done in the first place and paint these pieces. These are cut from 1/8-inch wood. So all of the letters and the these pieces that we did and the back of the cones, that was all cut out of 1/4-inch. And it tells you in the file what is cut from each material. So it'll say in there 1/4-inch wood, 1/8-inch wood, acetate, or whatever. It'll tell you like what to cut from each layer. So you won't be lost. Trust me. It's all in the file. All right, let's do, I'm thinking I might just do paint pens. It's not going to be too dark. I think that's too dark. Let me see what this red looks like. Yeah, this will be fine. All right, I'm going to take a Posca pen and this is the just red, I think. Yeah, red Posca pen. And oh, good. Nikki said she's so excited to see this finished. Oh, you haven't made a shaker? They're so much fun. And the person that was asking about the discount, like I said, if you belong to my Glowforge File Sharers Facebook group, which is free, then you get the 20% off code. But I didn't mention that if you're a member of my SVG Clubhouse group, which is my paid membership group, you get 50% off all my files all the time. That group is not open for new members right now. It will be opening back up in September, but you can get on the waiting list if you go to my website. So go to lulubeandesigns.com and click on SVG Clubhouse, and you can get on the waiting list and get notified when the doors open. And like I said, they save 50% on all my files all the time, and they get 4 new files a month that are only available to members. They're not available to anyone else. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm going to have to use paint and not a paint pen on these because I don't have a blue paint pen that is the right color. So we need a really tiny brush. Let me find a little tiny brush. Let's see. These new ones, I should have a tiny one here. Maybe this one. Okay. So we're using that blue color, which was the ocean blue. So this really doesn't take up a ton of paint, and it doesn't take a ton of time either. And then once we get this painted, we can start putting together the shaker parts, which are really fun. And I did get white sequins because I was trying to make something recently live and I realized I didn't have any white sequins. So I did go get some at Hobby Lobby. I also have some gold stars, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to use the gold stars in here or not. I kind of want to just stick with red, white, and blue, I think. I like painting projects that are small because I feel like it's kind of therapeutic. Do you guys feel like that when you just have like little pieces to paint instead of a big daunting project? When I have tiny pieces, I use either a makeup sponge or a sponge brushes that look like eyeshadow brushes. Oh, that's a good idea, Melissa. I do have some makeup brushes upstairs. I could have grabbed one. This is pretty thin though, so I kind of feel like for this I need this little tiny brush just to not get paint everywhere. Okay, I think we're good. Keep seeing like little spots. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I want to paint the back, like what's going to be behind the sequins on this white part of the sign, the white background. So let me make some room here. Okay. And let's see. So I'm thinking what I will do is grab a pencil. I don't like mechanical pencils, and don't you know that is like the only pencil within reach, I think. Hold on. Oh no, there's a regular pencil. I get like the reject pencils in my craft room that my kids don't use. I don't have good pencils. No fancy pencils in here. So if we take, and I'm going to need to kind of get over top of this so I know it's lined up because I don't have a bird's eye view like y'all do with the overhead camera. I'm going to lay this on here. Well, no, you know what? I don't need to do that because I scored it. I'm not used to scoring stuff. It's already on there. I don't have to do my pencil. Normally, if some of my files are not scored, you could just lay this on here and do a pencil outline, and then you would know what to paint inside, but you don't need to do that. We're just going to paint it. I don't know if I want to do, need a bigger brush than that. If I want to do just maybe a light coat of paint and not like a real heavy, or maybe like lighten it a little bit. I don't know what I want to do. I want the sequins to really pop. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess I'll just do the, wait, is it blue on top? Did we do blue on? Yes, we did blue on top. And for this, because you're laying that piece down, you don't have to stay in that outside line. You can kind of be messy with it because you're not going to see it. Well, not real messy like I just was, but you can be a little bit messy with it because it's going to get covered up. Now, some of my other shakers, I've done cardstock behind here, which is cute, but I didn't do that on this one. I just wanted to do a solid color. So you can be messy, but not as messy as me because I'm making a mess. I'm coloring outside the lines. Can y'all tell on camera? I think it'll still be okay. Whoops, no. I probably needed a little bit smaller brush than this. You know what I think the issue is? I think the issue is that when I do this not on camera, I stand up when I craft. Do y'all do that? Do y'all stand up and craft? So when I'm sitting down, I feel like I don't have as good of a view, you know what I mean, of what I'm doing here. I think that's the issue. I have a craft room and I tend to stand at my kitchen counter half the time because it's such a perfect height. I swear I'm getting all outside the lines here, y'all. I don't know what is wrong with me today. I don't think it's going to show. I think it'll be all right. We can touch it up if we need to. All right, I know that looks totally sloppy, but it does not matter. And you'll see in a minute why I say that. So you don't have to be able to color inside the lines for this project. If you're a sloppy painter, then you're good. All right, so then we're going to do, where's that line? Red down here. It's that little curve right there that's getting me. And the angle that I'm having to do it at. All right, one more of these. Let me get this a little bit better. Got to keep rotating. Okay, so while we let that dry, we'll go ahead and start putting some of our letters on, because I can't put the sequins in quite yet until all of that is dry. Okay, I think we are done with painting. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. All right, so let's do our letters. I'm just going to go ahead and just pop these out. Like a little this little like dental tool came with some vinyl that I ordered one time. And it's really thin, so it's nice. It comes in handy. Uh-oh, that didn't break, did it? Nope, we're good. Yeah, some of these pieces, I think I sealed them in here when I painted them. Get out of there. Come on. Hopefully we won't lose any. They'll go flying across the table. Okay, is that everything? That is everything. All right, let's do our Uncle Sam's first. I'm going to use my Stick Fast glue. This is Stick Fast Thick, and the thick is so it doesn't drip everywhere. You can get this on Amazon. It's on my supply list. All right, I'm going to turn this around and do it upside down, so I need to be able to get to it so I can really see that I'm lining these up correctly. So I'm sorry if my head is ever in the video here. And if y'all want to use the 3M tape, that is probably a fantastic plan. I don't know why. I just never get around to ordering that stuff. I think that N is upside down, actually. Hold on. Which doesn't really matter unless you are doing the offset thing. I hope this turns out cute. I'm very excited about this. I think once we get everything in place, it'll be cute. It's one of those projects that until you get to the end, you're kind of doubting, like, well, because it's, you know, it's a sloppy paint job because it doesn't have to be neat. Making sure I don't miss any of y'all's comments. There we go. I think we are good on Uncle. This glue sticks. It sticks fast. That's why it's called Stick Fast. Which is why I love it. All right, we've got our little apostrophe there. Let's just dab that straight on so I don't get glue all over my hands. Okay, Uncle Sam's. Now, I think we can, well, no, I was going to say that's dry. This is not quite dry. I see a couple of little pieces, so let's keep going with our letters. Okay, ice cream, ICE, cream, And then this is the old-fashioned way of spelling shop. Ice cream shop. Okay. All right, I think for these, I might just do this because this is working pretty well. Maybe do 3 letters at a time. Sorry if my head is in here, y'all. Oops. Let's do some more glue. Someone said they got they purchased fine tips for the stick fast that are even finer than the tip that comes on it. So that's kind of neat to know that they have that available. That would work well for this project. I think they said they got them on Amazon. I'm going to touch up that blue paint because I do see some areas that I did not get a good coat. So I might dab a little paint on there in a minute. Is the tip on that glue a fine tip? That's what we were just talking about. No, it's just the one that came on it. It's upside down. No, it's good. Yeah, it's just the one that came on it, Melissa, but it, okay, that H is upside down. That H does matter which way you put it. No, it's just the one that came with it. But I think someone said they have fine tips that you can buy. My watch is thumping at me. Oh, my watch is telling me it's time to stand. So annoying. It's like I'll stand when I want to. Watch. I got stuff to do right now. Okay. Oh. Oh, goodness. Hold on, y'all. My watch, when I touched my watch, I think that's what did that and made the overhead camera stop. Let's see. Why is it sideways, though? Hold on. There it goes. Nope, it's still sideways. There we go. Hold on, it's crooked, though. Yeah, I think when I acknowledged my watch, it like cut the overhead camera off somehow. Weird. Okay, so it's going to be cuter. Hang tight. It is going to be a lot cuter. I'm going to go ahead and finish the lettering, though, because we're really close to finishing the lettering, and might as well just go ahead while it's here and get this on here. If you have the fine tip, it would definitely come in handy for these little tiny letters here, but this is working. The most difficult part is getting them straight. Now, if you wanted to cut the letters out of 1/8 inch instead of 1/4 inch, you certainly can do that. I like my letters thick, but you could cut them out of 1/8 inch wood if you wanted to. They don't need to be this thick. We're almost at the fun part, y'all. Okay. I think we're good. Let's get these little trash pieces out of here. Okay, so this is what we have. Hey, Diana, how are you? All right, so this is what we have so far, but don't look at my sloppy paint job on those ice cream cones because we're about to do something real fun on them. Okay. So what we need to do first is our thick pieces. Now, remember I said if you just joined me, I did not need to paint these thick pieces, but I did it again. I've done it before, and I did it again. I painted them because I always forget that I do not need to, and I paint them. All right, I got to lift this up because I can't see if that's on there. It's not. Okay, that's on there. And yeah, you can just skip painting that part if you want to. All right, hold on, y'all. Okay. Oh, I'm gluing my finger, y'all. I'm still gluing my finger. Get off of there. That is not on there right. It is easy to mess it up if you're not looking right over it. Get on there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to do our thick bottoms. Again, do not need to paint these. Y'all know I get live and I get flustered and I forget things. If you wanted to cut your backboard out of whiteboard, if you're a whiteboard person, you know what I'm talking about, you could certainly do that. That would probably make things a little quicker. Okay, so now we get to do the fun part. Here, let's put these cones on real quick first. We're saving the fun for last. All right, and then the little layered pieces on top of the cones that make them look waffly and cute. I wish the lighting was better on the overhead camera. I feel like it could be better. Maybe I need to do something different with my ring light. Because when I take pictures of these when I'm done, you really can see the detail a lot better, and you can see the colors are a lot brighter in person than they look on camera. They never look that bright on the video, but they're very bright in person. Okay. Okay, so there is what we have so far. Now, we get to do the fun part. We're going to add some sequins in here. And I've got, let's see, let's do our red. I've got some red. Now, these sequins came in a pack, so there's like different shades of red in here. Some of them are iridescent. Some of them are a little bit darker, lighter. You're on the road 4 hours so far of a 5-hour drive. Oh, you're watching. Oh, yep, Nikki, it's coming to life. Diana's watching on the road. All right, we're going to put some red sequins in here. I always say this, y'all, but I like a little bit of variation. So I like to buy packs of sequins that come in like colored mixes so that you get a little bit of that light, dark variation. These blues are still nice and separated in here. This is how they came. This is how the red ones came, but they just over time sort of got mixed up. So the blue ones have not gotten mixed up yet. Ooh, oh no. All right, I'll show y'all my trick for getting sequins that are where they're not supposed to be. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and add all of my blue sequins, and then we'll clean this up. Fix our issue here with our spilled sequins. Let's do a little bit of this color. Then we're going to add white, which is going to make it pop. See how they end up getting mixed up? Sequins stick to everything. They're very staticky. And maybe a few of these. I'm putting a lot in the blue. I probably need to put more of the red. All right, let's get, this is my silhouette pickup tool. Hold on. Put the top on too tight. I can't get it off. So yeah, this is made by Silhouette. It's called the Pick Me Up, and it's got a little like gooey tip here that too much of it has come out on mine. But anyway, you can pick things up. It's just tacky. So if you're working with sequins, this tool is awesome for grabbing them. Highly recommend if you want to make shakers. You can buy these at Hobby Lobby. I do have it linked on my supply list where you can order it on Amazon. Okay, now we're probably going to need to do that again after I do the white. Let's see. I feel like the white will just put a little bit of light in there, make it pop a little bit more. Give it some dimension. All right, I might need a little bit more red because I feel like I did more blue than red. So let's do that. But you don't want to put too many because you want to be able to, you know, you want them to move around some. Okay. All right, I think that is good. All right, make sure that you don't have any sequins where you don't want sequins before you do this next step. All right, this is where we're going to talk about acetate. So if you're not familiar with acetate, it is clear. Like if you were ever a paper crafter and you made shaker cards or anything that has like a clear layer to it, that's what acetate is. And you can buy sheets of acetate in packs on Amazon. You can, I think, also get them at most craft stores. They're clear. I wanted you to be able to see the shape of these. My acetate sheets that I bought recently came with a tissue paper stuck to the back, like a tissue paper backing that I'm going to peel off here in a minute. But they are clear, and I cut them with the tissue paper still on the back. I cut it on the shiny side with the tissue paper on the back because I feel like when I do that with my laser that there's less flash, which is the burning that occurs on the back of it. Yes, I do cut them with my laser. You can cut them with a Glowforge or a big laser, whatever. The settings are going to vary. It's going to depend on your machine. Everybody's a little bit different. You just have to kind of play with your machine and dial in settings. But for my Thunder laser, I cut this at 300 speed and I think 18 power, which is fairly high speed, fairly low power. If you're doing a Glowforge, I don't know the exact settings for it because, like I said, it's going to depend if you have the basic or the pro or whatever. But you really just want to cut it fast and low power because it cuts on the same settings as cardstock. It's very, very thin. It cuts very, very quickly and really easily. And you can, if you have a silhouette or a Cricut, you can cut it with that, but you really just don't need to. If you're already working with your laser to cut all the other pieces out, why not just use it to cut the acetate as well? The other question that I get is that, this is linked to my website, by the way. It's on that supply list I talked about. The other question that I get is, can you use acrylic? Yes, you can use clear acrylic instead of the acetate if you choose to. That's just a personal preference. Of course, acrylic is a lot thicker, so you're just adding like a thickness to your project. If you don't mind that, if you're okay with that, then yeah, knock yourself out. You can do that. I have done it before on other projects. And of course, I can't get the backing off of here because I can't get the edge. It's just like peeling the back off of a sticker. Sometimes you can't quite grab it. There it goes. Okay. And what happens here is that the laser, when it cuts it, it kind of seals the edges a little bit. So you want to make sure that your acetate is nice and clean. I have, you know what I'm going to clean it with real quick? I have some alcohol wipes, but I don't think I have any in here. I thought I brought some in, but I don't see any. So I'm going to take a little bit of hand sanitizer and just put it on a paper towel and just wipe this to make sure, because I see a little like char or something on here. I just want this to be nice and clean before I put it on my project. I'm just going to put it between here and kind of wipe it because you want it to just really shine with those sequins behind it. Make sure that you've got all the moisture off of it, all the smudges, that it's nice and clean. And then we are going to make sure it's facing the right way because the way these cones are shaped, it is only going to fit one way. So it needs to flip over. Okay, so we're going to lay that on there and see how that fits. And we're going to glue it on. Now, very important. You don't want to get glue down in your sequins. You were lonely on YouTube. Diana, hardly anybody watches me on YouTube Live. I don't know why. The only reason that I broadcast over there is because I do have people watching in the replay. And I figure why not? Because StreamYard offers the option. So yeah, I do broadcast over on YouTube as well, but I don't think a lot of people watch live. And I can't see YouTube Live comments, I don't think, from here. Maybe I can. I probably can, because one time I had a spammer that was leaving some nasty comments and I was seeing them, but nobody here was seeing them. And I found out later it was because it was happening on YouTube, not on Facebook. Okay, I put glue. Make sure that you put glue across this middle too, because you don't want blue sequins jumping into red sequins and vice versa, okay? And just make sure you carefully lay that down and just leave it alone. Just let it do its thing. Let it dry. All right. Your acetate may not come with tissue paper on it, and that is fine. I've had some that does, and I've had some that doesn't. No big deal if it doesn't. This actually looks pretty clear. I might just give it a quick wipe with my alcohol-y towel here, just because I want it nice and shiny. My dog is laying on the sofa over there sighing. I think I must be boring him to death. Okay. Again, let's make sure we got it facing the right way before we glue it down. All right, that one is facing the right way. So let's carefully do a very, very light amount of glue, not getting it down in the sequins because that would be tragic. And then our sequins will be all glued together and not move. And I do not want that to happen after all we've done for this project. Okay. Oh goodness, come on. Make sure there's nothing on there. Very carefully and leave it alone, okay? Very important. So you were all by yourself over there on YouTube, Diana. That is funny. All right. Let's get this last one peeled off. If you have cut acetate with your Glowforge and you would like to share your settings here in the comments, I would appreciate it greatly because I cannot remember. Someone told me before and I had it, it's in the comments on another one of my videos, but I cannot remember because I generally cut this with my laser because y'all, I'm just so busy and I'm just fly by the seat of my pants. And when I'm going live, a lot of times I'm still cutting stuff like the hour before and I needed to cut fast. And my big laser is, it's faster than my Glowforge. I love my Glowforge, but my Thunder laser, it's just real fast. So I ran out there and got everything cut on that. Okay, last one. Let's make sure, nope, I think it needs to flip over. Yep, and put on the edge there so we can grab it. Alrighty. How long have I been live, y'all? I feel like it's over an hour. I try to wrap it up in an hour, but sometimes, you know, because I like to explain things so people understand if you're new. And I'm not an expert by any means. I've been doing this I've been crafting for a very long time, but I've been doing laser stuff since last March. Okay, so this one is nice and dry, so we're going to go ahead and add our final pieces here. Our little 1/8 inch toppers. These are the pieces that you definitely want to paint. Like I said, you did not need to paint those other ones. But it's not going to hurt anything if you do. I'm going to hold this up again to see if I got that on there. I think I do, yep. I can't wait to get this finished and take pictures of it so y'all can truly see how pretty and bright and fun it is, because I feel like the resolution, even though I'm using, well, you know, I say that. I was going to say I'm using like a nicer webcam. The overhead camera is not the webcam. The overhead camera is my phone. So I'm not going to mess with that one yet. I'm going to let that one dry a little bit more. Let's do the red. That's probably why, I just thought of that. It's probably why it's not as nice and clear and bright as the webcam. Maybe I should find a better overhead camera than my phone. I don't know. That's so cute. I love it. I'll hold it up so y'all can see it in just a minute. We got to put the frame on too. And I'll show you sitting on the easel how it looks. All right. Hopefully this one is dry. Whoops, we got a stray sequin over here. These would be a cute project for a paint night. You could do it as a kid's project. I probably wouldn't let them mess with this glue because it's like super glue. I would probably find some other kind of glue. And I'd do it with older children. I wouldn't do sequins and all these pieces with little kids. I don't think that would be very easy. But I think kids would like the, whoops, the sparkles girls would like the sparkles probably more than boys, but all right, let's see. There we go. All right, let's do the frame. And you could use wood glue for the frame if you prefer, just because if I'm doing something bigger, like a frame, a lot of times I will use wood glue. I just have this out, so I'm using it. All right. Let me get, because that's just very slightly warped. Let me grab my handy dandy clamps. Here. All right, hold on, y'all. I got to make sure this glue's down right before it dries. And they only need to stay clamped for a minute, really. All right, let me hold this up so y'all can see a little bit better what it looks like. I don't know if it's got the best resolution there, but see how the pieces move around when you shake it? How cute. I love it. I love shakers. They are my absolute favorite. Now, you can get different different shakers to go in here. Like if you, thank you, Nikki, if you could find some sequins that are like patriotic ice cream cones or something like that. I mean, there's all kinds of fancy sequins out there. I will tell you that there are sellers on Etsy who sell fake sprinkles that look like sprinkles like you would put on cookies or cake. That are made from clay. I think that's what they're made of. And they are absolutely darling. They are so stinking cute. I don't have any names of sellers or anything, but if you go on Etsy, you can find a whole bunch of those like fake sprinkles and they would be absolutely darling. Now they're not going to sparkle like sequins, but they would be darling in your shakers. The clamps, Diana, believe it or not, I got these clamps 4 in a pack at Dollar Tree, $1. But I think I have them on my supply list on my website. You can order them from Amazon because you can order anything from Amazon pretty much. But I got them at the Dollar Tree. They were $1. So I really don't usually find myself needing more than 4. So it works out just that I have 4 of them. That's all I have. All right, put the top on this so it stays sticky. And I will show you on the easel what this looks like. I'm going to put my tops on things. I'm going to remember to dump my paint water out because my paint water got all funky last time. And if you leave paint water long enough, it gets a little stinky. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but it sure does. It gets a little stinky. Okay, I think we can probably unclamp this. Now, one thing is if you have paint on your edges, see how I have like some edges here that are just a little bit messy? I will take a Sharpie, not that Sharpie. I will take, let me see, there are a couple different pens that I use for this. Okay, here's one of them. This is a Memento dual marker. I also have used a Sharpie, but it's a brush tip black Sharpie. I will tell you, don't think that brown is going to be better for you. I ordered brown brush tip Sharpies. They do not match the brown edge on laser cut wood, at least not the laser cut wood that I use. The black is a better option with just a light touch so that you're not making it like black, 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 So I just take it and I kind of, it's hard to get it on camera, but I basically just kind of go like this. I hold it to the side. See, I'm holding y'all can't see that very well. I'm holding my pen like this and I'm just kind of going along the side like that. And that's how I clean up my edges, just to make them look neater. Okay, I'm not going to do that on camera right now though. So I know y'all probably just want to see what this looks like. Let me unclamp it because the clamps don't need to sit for that long with the stick fast glue. And I will put this, because this camera is going to show it, I think, prettier than the overhead camera is going to. And let me angle it down. Hold on. So y'all can see how cute it is. Still not the best lighting, but I'm going to take pictures to show y'all. So that is what it looks like all finished. Yeah, the ring light just needs to kind of hit it at the right. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to show y'all, but I'm going to take pictures and I'm going to post them here in just a minute. I always post them like right after I go live. So that is it. And I am super excited about this shawl. And I've got so many ideas for different designs. So stay tuned for those. Hopefully I'll have a couple of those listed next week. And I appreciate y'all joining me. I hope y'all have a wonderful holiday weekend. Happy 4th of July. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you next week for some more lives. Talk to you later. Bye.